welcome to the Crafting Daisy Show. Today I'm going to show you guys how I created my squares for my I Am pillow. It's a motivational pillow or affirmation pillow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down to my Affinity Designer app. I am working on a iMac. When you open Affinity Designer, you're going to get this screen. You may get this screen, you may not. See, I have show this panel on startup. So that's why I got this screen. I'm going to click New Document. After I click New Document, I am coming up here to A3. When I click A3, I'm going to go over here to my panel, to my right. It's on my right. It may not be on your right. Find the panel. Change it from millimeters to inches because I'm going to work in inches. I'm going to click in the box that says page width. And I'm working 8.5. So I'm going to put that in there for my width. And 11 is going to be my height. My DPI is going to stay at 300. I'm going to click transparent background. I want my background to be transparent. You don't have to have it transparent. I'm doing mine transparent. I'm going to leave the margins as they are. I'm going to leave the bleed as it is. I don't mess with any of that. At the bottom, I'm going to click Create. I click Create. It's going to bring me to this screen, okay? I don't know much about Affinity Designer, but I do use it to design in sometimes. Sometimes I use Canva, sometimes I use Affinity Designer. At the top, you're going to find your document setup. So this shows you what we just did. 8.5 by 11. Portrait is checked. 300 DPI. We're going to leave that as okay. On this side of the screen is where you're going to find some of your tools you're going to use if you use Affinity Designer to design. You have a magnifying glass which helps to magnify things, so you click it. You have a hand which helps you to move and drag the panel paper. The eyedropper is if you want to change colors or something. The A is for your text. You have a heart with a little triangle at the bottom. That gives you all kinds of different shapes. Then you have the rounded rectangle. You have a circle. You have a square. This is to crop, if you want to crop your image. This is if you want to pick an image and bring it in. It's going to pop open a box. You pick your image, you drop it in. Oops. This next tool is a transparency tool. Then you have something to do with color. I can't remember what that tool, oh, fill tool. Top of that, you have a Victor brush tool, pencil tool, pen tool, corner tool, contour tool, a node tool with a little triangle. You click the triangle and you have different things you can do with that. I forgot which tool this is. Artboard tool, and then you have your move tool, which is the arrow at the top. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to take my move tool, which is the arrow at the top. I am selecting this rounded rectangle. I'm going to come over here to my transparent background and I'm going to draw a rectangle. So basically all you do is you place it on the board and pull it however, whatever height or width, or pull it to how you want it, okay? Now, in Affinity Designer, once you pick a tool, you're going to be in that tool. So if I kept doing it, I'm just going to just create a bunch of triangles till I go back and select my move tool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click cut. That's right click on the mouse. And I'm going to cut those out because I don't need them. I'm going to click my rounded triangle that rectangle that I created. I keep calling it a triangle. On the right hand side of this panel, this is where I'm going to go. You have color, swatches, strokes, brushes, appearance. So, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to this little box that says transform. With this rectangle selected, you see the blue box around it. You see the blue box, that means it's selected. If you don't see the blue box, you can always come over here and click on it. With this blue box around it and with it selected, I'm going to come down here to this little transform panel. I'm changing the width to 4.80. Enter. You're going to see my rectangle change. I'm going to select the height, 4.80. Enter. That didn't change because I didn't ever select it. 4.80. Enter. So now you see my rectangle has changed to 4.8 in width and 4.8 in height. Okay? I'm going to go over here to my left-hand panel. I'm going to select the text tool. I am going to click inside of this box. Okay? When you click inside this box and you create a text, on the right-hand side, you're going to see art text pop up. Anytime you add a layer, you're going to see it over here on the right-hand side. So I'm going to select my move tool. And, oh, hold up. I'm going to select the text tool, click in the box. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to go up here and change the font size. So it's at a 12. As you can see, it's at a 12. I'm going to move it to a 64. And then I'm going to come here and I'm going to click and type what I want. So I'm going to just put something simple. Simple, I am enough. Okay? So then I'm going to go click my move tool. With my move tool, I'm going to move this where I want it. I'm going to double click in this square. I'm in the text. I'm going to double click the text and I'm going to select it. I'm going to select it because I want to align it. So you see at the top of the screen, you have the same things you have like in Microsoft. You have align to the left, center align, right align, justified. Then you have the bulleted, the numbers, and so on and so on. So I'm going to click the center because I want I am to be in the center. So then I'm going to go back, click my move tool. I am going to stretch this out how I want it. Be sure not to go outside of this box, this square that you created. Do not go outside of this. You want your text to fit in there. Okay, so now that I have my text in there, you can go and you can select text over here, or you can select the rectangle. Okay? So with my text selected, you see that button that says effects. I'm going to go to effects. On effects, I'm going to click outline because I'm going to add an outline to my text. My outline is going to be black. You can choose any color you want. This is your color wheel. I chose black. This is the opacity. of your outline. You can have it as light or as dark as you want. And this is the radius. You can click in the box and put the radius. You want 30, click in the box, and there you go. Okay, so you can make your radius of your outline however thick you want it. With the text selected, I'm going to go up here where it says bold, italic, underline, and there's a black box. I'm going to select that black box. With that black box selected, and I probably should have did this before I added the outline, I'm going to change the color of my text. So I want my text to be an eggplant purple, right? Like this. And then I can come over here, and as long as my text is selected, I can change the outline, the radius to be whatever it is that I want it. As long as I keep it inside this box. Because I don't want it to go outside this box. This rectangle I created is the size of the squares that's on my pillow. So I'm using that as a guide, okay? So after that, what I did was I selected the rectangle. Go back to your layers panel. I selected my rectangle. You see where this opacity box is? I moved my opacity all the way down to 0 for my rectangle, okay? So after I finished making my images, the square is still there. You just can't see it because I made it almost like it's invisible. After I finished making all my squares, because it's a 9-panel pillowcase, they're 4.80 width and 4.80 height. Yours may be different, so I suggest you measure your squares before you print them to make sure you get an accurate reading. After I'm finished creating my I am enough, or whatever it is you want your box to say, you're saying to say, what I'm going to do, let me move this down because it's a little thick. So what I'm going to do after I'm finished, I'm going to go up to File and click File. When you click File, you're going to click Export. So here's your options to export this file. You can export it as whatever it is you want. Okay? I export my file as a PNG. This is the size of that file. You can change it if you know anything about Affinity Designer. This is the estimated size of that file, 109.73 KB. So then I'm going to click the export button. When I click export, I'm going to get a window pop up that asks me where I want to save my file. So always put a title in so you can go back and find it. Save as, put your title. Mine is I Am Pillow. If you do the tag thing, do your tags. Choose where you want to save it. Your desktop, iCloud, Affinity Designer, iCloud, whatever. Click Save. Now, I'm not going to save this because I already have it saved. Okay, so as you can see, once you save it, I saved mine to my desktop. I got 1, 2, I named them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I ended up with 5 8.5 by 11 sheets, okay? And the reason I ended up with so many was because I only added 2 say-ins per sheet. So this is what I mean. I only got 2 say-ins per sheet, okay? I could have done bigger, 11 by 17. I could have done 13 by 19, but I chose 8.5 by 11. So when I'm done, I'm going to print it. So I'm going to click File at the top. I'm going to click Print. Once I click Print, I'm going to get a preview. If you have it set to show you a preview, it's going to show you a preview. I'm going to select my printer. I am printing from the Epson 7710. My presets are last use settings. These are the settings I'm using. My paper size is 8.5 by 11 US letter size. So that's your paper size. I'm in portrait mode. I'm going to click this little arrow next to preview. I'm going to scroll down. My media quality is at best. I do not mess with the free feed from. I do not mess with the media type. Only thing I do is make sure it's on best. Layout. If you did not already horizontally flip your image, because it is going to be a sublimated image, so you have to flip it or mirror it in order for it to print out right. So what I do is I select flip horizontally. You're going to see the font change. Everything else I leave the same, okay? My paper type, I think, is plain paper. Let me make sure. I think it's plain paper. So that's what I normally click in this thing. Plain paper. Or you can do photo paper matte. Different people do different things. So then when I'm finished and I've got all my settings selected, I'm going to hit print. Now I've already printed these. So once we finish with this, I'm going to show you what the printed images look like. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to stop my screen sharing. I've already printed the images. And when I come back, I'm going to show you guys what the squares look like printed. And I'm going to show you guys the 9-panel pillow that we are doing. And what supplies I use to create the I Am Enough pillow. So thank you for watching. And this is the end of the part where I show you where I design. Hello, welcome back. Welcome to the Crafting Daisy show. So this is what we're doing. I have cut the squares and now I am going to tape them to the pillowcase. Oops, my bad. Don't forget to mirror your images. Okay, so this is the pillowcase we have. 9-panel pillowcase. It has a polyester front, polyester back, and I also have some that has a like a velvety back, but it has the polyester front. So I'm gonna leave my zipper open. Okay. You can stick butcher paper in here if you would like, but I don't. So you're gonna pre-press your just like when you do a sublimation shirt, you're gonna pre-press your thing, your pillowcase. Thank you, my little trusty dusty assistant. You're gonna let roll it too. Let roll it before you pre-press it. That way you can get all the length off and you don't have to worry about no blemishes or anything on your So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run through and take down these squares right quick. So that's my heat press. It's 15 by 15. It's set at 400 degrees for 60 seconds. My boyfriend got so much stuff on the table. I'm just being messy, y'all. That's all my fault. So you gotta take your pillow, put it down, flat surface, get your tape, and tape it on there. I'm using the Cricut brand tape. I'm gonna tell y'all, okay, so I did a pillow earlier. When I taped it, for some odd reason, the tape marks shows up on the pillow. So I'm wondering if taping it is the best thing to do.
That don't mean your heat too high?
No, because you're supposed to press it at 400 degrees. I mean, I could probably press it without the tape. I just got to make sure it doesn't move when I put the butcher paper on it. So when you're putting it on there, you guys, make sure your words are in the squares. Okay. So what I did was I switched out the garment, the pillowcase, because this is the one I was telling you about with the velvet on the back. That pillow there, the squares are smaller, I think, than the pillow, than this pillow. And you know, when I made the squares, I made them for this pillowcase. But now I see that the squares on the silky ones are a lot smaller, seems like it, than the squares on these. Butcher paper. Keep my butcher paper straight. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pre-press this one. I pre-press it for 10 seconds. Just to get the moisture and everything out. If you guys have any questions about this project, you can reach out to me. I'll be happy to assist you. I always throw my butcher paper away after I pre-press because it bleeds. Okay. So see, I don't know. I'm kind of iffy about putting it on there because I don't want it to move. I'm scared it moves. Just slide and get these hands. So when you're placing your images down, make sure you have your words straight. Then you're gonna get your butcher paper. I'm nervous about taping it down because I don't want the lines. So I'm trying not to put the tape on the blue part, the black part. And a tape dispenser. What?
So what that white dude was saying, he going to fight his ex-girlfriend boyfriend.
Where? Outside?
I don't know, so he got to go somewhere on the other side of the street. You crazy as hell. Like him, and she gonna be back with him next week.
Leave it crack, baby. Leave it crack, because it's hot up in here with this heat press on. You know, I'm going to get me a heat press where it swings out. Because, baby, your girl be coming close with them knuckles. Make sure your images are straight. Make sure there's nothing on it. I'm using A5 paper. Cosmos ink. I want to slowly sit that on there. Make sure everything is flat and covered. Keep your images as straight as you can. Fingers crossed, let's go. 400 degrees for 60 seconds. Just a FYI, you guys. Not all sublimation is made the same. So not everything that you sublimate on has to be pressed for 400 degrees for 60 seconds. Sometimes it's best just to test your product with different pressures, different temperatures, and different times to see how it comes out. Because sometimes it really doesn't take it doing 400 degrees. So let's pray this came out great. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Whew. Here we go. our finished product. Look how vibrant those colors are. I love it. I can't wait to take it and stuff it. So, this is what I'm using to stuff my pillows. I got this from Walmart. And, let's stuff it. So, the zipper's gonna be at the bottom. Okay. So you just grab that stuffing and stuff it in there. Until you get it to the firmness that you want for your pillow. So you get it filled out to how you want it. Okay. Don't forget about those corners. You stuff that thing, baby. Stuff that thing. Now you can sell them stuff. That's an option that you can give your customer, or you can just sublimate the blanket. I meant sublimate the pillowcase. Got my words all tied up in the tingle today. Okay. And then you just go ahead, you zip it up. Because you can always take stuffing out, or you can always put stuffing in. If you're not satisfied with the outcome, you know how you gotta do it. Shake it up a little bit, and puff it up a little more, and get some down in the corners or however it is that you want it. And there you go. You have your pillow.
You still making the video?
So that's our affirmation pillow. Whenever you're feeling down, grab your affirmation pillow and grab some, I'm coming out with some affirmation cards. So grab your affirmation pillows. They're beautiful. I love it, love it, love it. You read these out loud every morning. When you up and you're saying your prayers or whatever you do in the morning, whatever your morning ritual is, speak these to yourself every day. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Follow me on Instagram at Crafting Daisy. Subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be releasing another video in a couple of days. Join my group, Sublimation, DTF, and more on Facebook. Follow my business page, Crafting Daisy. And I hope to see y'all soon. Peace and blessings. Stay safe. Thanks for watching.